Hello and welcome. You're watching 84 TV Radio News Updates, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Adirayo Senami. President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday participated in the China-Africa Summit in solidarity against COVID-19 via video conference. The Ministers of Health, Foreign Affairs and Finance joined the President at the Council chamber of the meeting. The summit was jointly proposed by China, South Africa, the rotating chair of the African Union, and Senegal, co-chair of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation. Tanzanian President John Magufuli says he will seek re-election in October after his first term in office. Magufuli, who came to power in 2015, picked up nomination forms to start his bid to be selected as his party's candidate. The president on Tuesday dissolved the country's parliament to allow for scheduled elections in October. Meanwhile, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, has advised non-travelers to stay away from airports ahead of the resumption of commercial flights in the country. It also enjoined persons coming to pick up arriving passengers to remain in their cars until travelers exit airport entrances. The authority made this known on Wednesday as part of the new protocol for the restart of flights from the 21st of June. Similarly, the manager of the Abuja-Kaduna Railway Transport Service, Pascal Onoli, has advised all passengers to comply with safety measures as stipulated by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, and the Ministry of Health. He said all measures have been put in place to resume transport services as soon as the federal government lifts the ban on interstate travel.
You see, we have janitors on board, and the essence of having those people on board is to ensure cleanliness of the coaches and the train at all points in time. There is what they call dwell time at each terminal. If the train stops, before we do the next boarding, they should fumigate or decontaminate with something that is friendly. It's not something that will scare people with smell and all whatnot. Nigerians and my esteemed passengers, we are here to serve you and for good. Please key into the directives, the policies of our personnel at every point in time, both at the stations and on board. Whatever we are doing is for our own good and for the good of the country. Thank you.
The German body responsible for assessing clinical trial and improving vaccines, Paul Ehrlich Institute, on Wednesday approved German biotech firm CureVac to commence human trials of a vaccine for COVID-19, following a careful assessment of the risk and benefit profile of the vaccine candidate. We'll take a break now. When we return, foremost Nigerian radio host dead. Still with us, details coming shortly.
Mental health and the COVID-19. It is no longer news that the coronavirus disease is now a pandemic. New cases are on the rise and the death rates have increased. People may develop issues of poor sleep, poor eating habits, undue irritability, and uncertainty. Some may also start to cope with the use of alcohol, substances of abuse, and self-harm. While all of these reactions can occur in response to a stressful event, it is important to share tips to help people remain in optimal mental health. 1. Let's normalize the conversation. If you feel anxious or afraid about the virus, remember, you are not alone. 2. Don't self-diagnose. Just because you have symptoms that are alike to COVID-19 doesn't mean you have it. 3. Plug out and limit sources of information to credible ones. 4. Develop a healthy daily routine, especially as quarantine is ongoing. 5. Focus on the things you have control over. 6. Practice social distancing, not social isolation. Utilize online channels to keep in touch with friends, family, and loved ones. 7. Avoid maladaptive coping techniques such as drinking and smoking excessively or self-harm. 8. Educate children, the elderly, and loved ones on social distancing, quarantine, and how to keep safe. 9. Take care of yourself by eating healthy and sleeping well. 10. Create time for self-development via reading and online webinars. 11. If you or anyone you know has a physical or mental health problem, please use your medications and encourage them to do same. 12. Reach out, seek help, and get help should the need arise for your health. Remember that there is no health without mental health.
Welcome back. You're watching 84 TV Radio News Update. Popular radio host Dan Foster is dead. He died on Wednesday in a Lagos hospital where he was receiving treatment for an undisclosed ailment. Foster, an African American, made Nigeria his home and is renowned for revolutionizing the radio scene. He moved to Nigeria in the year 2000, where he joined Cool FM, quickly becoming popular with Nigerian listeners. Meanwhile, a Paris court has sentenced the 82-year-old uncle of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad to 4 years in prison and ordered the confiscation of all his property in France, as well as one of his London properties. Rafat al-Assad was found guilty of acquiring millions of euros worth of French property using funds diverted from the Syrian state. He'd been under investigation in France since 2014, while his trial opened in December last year. The Nigerian Minister of Power, Saleh Maman, has insisted that the new electricity tariff will take off in July. He announced this at an investigative public hearing on Power Sector Recovery Plan and the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, organized by the Senate Committee on Power on Tuesday. Maman said COVID-19 pandemic has affected the laid-out plan for repositioning the electricity market towards financial sustainability under the Power Sector Recovery Program. That's it on 84 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.84tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at 84TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at 84TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Adirayo Senami.